Well, good morning, morning. It is Wednesday, hump day, here on the GNC Family Farms. Before we get started this week, I want to show you a clip. Enjoy. Well, I told you I'd get some videos out of me doing some stuff outside, didn't I? First of all, let's give a big shout out to my neighbor. He let me use his wood chipper, and I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. It really helped out a lot. I got them 2 big trees cut up, and then I still got 2 more to do. I had to move them out from the carport because the wife wanted to park a car inside the carport. Plus today until tomorrow we're in for supposed to be getting some ice. I thought it was so funny that earlier this week the weatherman said it won't be sticking because the roads will be too warm. Well, yesterday we were at 40 degrees. It was a very muddy day and busy day here on the farm. But today we're in the 20s. No wonder I got a cold up and down. I can't keep my body warm. One day it's 50 degrees. The next day it's 30 or 20. So the next couple of days we'll be in the 20s at night. Right now it's 20 degrees. Of course, it's about 9:30. Got all the animals fed, got them taken care of. So I thought I'd jump on here and show you that clip there of me splitting wood and getting that stocked up, and see what else. Oh, tomorrow is Friday Eve. Mentioning of Friday Eve, Friday will be Paisley girl's birthday. I'm not going to say how old she is. That's up to her to tell you if she wants to tell you. But she is going up. Now, I'm, of course, going down. A little up here, my body. You know how it is when you start getting really older, your body starts feeling like it's got some miles on it. Time you watch this, it'll probably be Thursday. I did not get Sunday's video out till today. After I get off of here, I'll be going in and doing some editing. I got deal with some business end of the farm. I got to do that today. I try to, it just depends on the week, but I try to get one day in and do stuff. Sunday was kind of a rest day after I got done doing that video, and I thought, well, I'll do it tonight. Well, here it is going on Wednesday, and I haven't got that video up. Egg prices going up. Crazy. Now they're saying it's because of the bird flu, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. We saw this not too long ago where egg prices started going up, and people doing funny clips on TikTok and YouTube about your local egg dealers, drug dealers. But what I do is around here, just to kind of put up a little extra security and to make sure no one messes with our girls, because people are going crazy over these egg prices. I mean, I heard on the Today Show that Waffle House is going to be putting a egg surcharge. So where you normally pay, I don't know how much you pay for an egg, but they're going to charge you extra $1.30 to offset their costs. They're saying because all these crazy weather patterns we're having, it causes the migration of the birds, and that's why we have the bird flu. It is what it is. You take it with a grain of salt. Is there a bird flu? I don't know. It's not for me to really say yay or nay on it. It's just a crazy world we live in. But yeah, today's the 5th of February, and my birthday's on Saturday, and hers is on Friday. And then little Carmen, she'll be on the 26th. So we have a kind of a busy birthday. Plus, we have two granddaughters that also has a birthday this month. So yeah, it's a kind of a birthday month for us around here. But yeah, yesterday I got out and did some things that needed to be done. Got the rabbits straightened up and cleaned up a little bit. Got more. Went to the feed store, and I spent about an hour over there talking to some good old boys, and that's what I love about living in the country. And that's the reason why I don't have we don't have that many subscribers here on YouTube. But I look at it this way, because someone said, well, you should just do a podcast. Well, I'm not doing a podcast. When I was growing up as a kid, we would, Grandma and Grandpa would take us over to the country store and the feed store, and they would just sit around and talk, for a couple hours. And, that's where I kind of learned some language that, a youngin probably shouldn't hear, but, colorful language. But, when I went over there yesterday, I just thought about, how my grandparents would take us to the old country store and the feed store, and man, you just sit over there and just have some coffee and sit around and talk about what's going on in the world, the bird flu, and crazy prices, crazy things that's going on. We talked a little bit about Donald Trump. We talked about this farm life, and it was just a good time. It just brought back memories yesterday of doing that. I'm right next to the feed store. It's the livestock yard, so there's always all kinds of people coming in there, and it's good to meet with your locals. Especially if you're doing this kind of life. To kind of get to know your neighbors. That's one thing. Like I said yesterday, my neighbor, he let me use the log splitter. There's times that I let him use the tool if he needs it, or that's just the way we are down here. It's really small. It's not small, but it is small. You have a small network of people, your neighbors. We're all really close here. If we have extra rabbit meat, we'll give out some rabbit meat to our neighbors, or anything else. We'll give a shirt off our back, as long as you reciprocate that. And our neighbors have welcomed us here from the very day one that we started this farm. They just really has welcomed us. And, over the winter, I guess we're still in the winter, but, I would plow technically the driveway is ours. We just signed a paper when we bought this place that we would allow our next door neighbor to use it. But I plowed out around his barn. I plowed a couple other neighbors' driveways for him. So I just, that's just how we are down here. Me and him was talking yesterday about there's a certain neighbor here that, never done anything to him, but I've always waved. I've always showed respect to my elders. That's just how I was raised. If you see someone out on the front porch, you give them a good old country wave. And I know that's a lost thing in this world. It's so funny when I come up to a light, or I don't know, for example, maybe not a light, but I'll come up to a situation where I'll just, come on, you go, let the other car go first. It really shocks them. Or if I open a door to the store, now of course most stores have the automatic doors, but some stores don't. When I see someone who's older or even younger, and maybe they got their hands full, I'll say, hey, do you need some help? It really blows people's mind away that there's still good people out there. And I wish that there was still a lot more than just a little. Because I think that we all should be, helping each other out. Like these egg prices going crazy. If we have extra eggs around here, if our neighbor says, hey, do you have any extra eggs? I'm not going to hesitate to give them some eggs. Because it's crazy out there. It brings back the days of the 2020 when all that pandemic stuff, lockdown. how people acted about toilet paper and this hoarding stuff. You go in the store to get a roll of toilet paper, and there's none to be found, but there's a lady who's got a cart stacked yay high with toilet paper, and people walking out the door. Is she going to use all that toilet paper? She's probably still got some of it still in her house. Be honest with you. I mean, there's nothing wrong with storing up stuff. But in that situation, we should, instead of hoarding, like my wife and I, we had already prepped. We've been preppers, for a long time. Even when we lived in the city, we always think of things that we could use or stack, put back a little bit here and there. You don't have to spend millions of dollars to become a prepper. If you have an extra $1 or $2 and you see some cans of soup, that's shelf life. Now it'll say on there best used by so and so date, but it doesn't mean it's going to go back because it is in a can. It's got preservatives in it. A lot of stuff does anymore. So that way it's preserved on the shelf. Is it best used? Yeah, it probably tastes better, but it's still going to taste better if you don't have any food. So I know I'm jumping all over the place here on this, but it's just crazy how times have changed. Like I said, I remember my grandparents taking me to the country store and just sitting down and having a glass bottle of soda. Yeah, that's how old I am. I can remember having a glass, them little glass bottles that was green, had Coca-Cola in it. I'll tell you what, there's nothing tastes better than coming out of an old glass bottle. I don't know what it is. It's like when I buy I'm trying to think. I think it's IB. You've probably seen it. Root beer. They have cream soda, Red Pop in it. They still sell them glass bottles. I've had cans of Red Pop. I've had Red Pop at White Castles. But nothing compares to Red Pop coming or cream soda coming out of a glass bottle. It just tastes better. I don't know what it is, but it just brings back childhood memories. So, yeah, yesterday we went to the feed store and got food and stuff that the rabbits and chickens and the other livestock here on the farm needed, and got some bales of hay. If you got a better solution, please comment down below. But our high traffic areas, I talked about this on Sunday, I laid down straw, and I said, hey, straw. I laid down some straw, but I got hay yesterday because it was a little bit cheaper because they had some really older bales, and so I got a couple bales of that. And my chickens, they waste more chicken food than ever. But one thing that I found that they liked really well was wild bird seed. And I got a big bag the last time, which was about a month and a half ago. And they still got a half bag, but I went ahead and picked up another bag. Because I was going to get chicken food. And I started thinking about all the food that they got out there in their coop that is just laying on the ground. They'll pick through that. And they did this seed before. They sort of don't like that. I don't know what it is. They just don't care for it. So, they would wait to the end of the day when I would go out there and give them a treat. And so I accidentally got a big whack of bird seed. And the truth is, it was an accident because I was supposed to get something else, but they misunderstood what I wanted. And so, either way, I got a big bag. And they seem to like it. It's got cracked corn in it. It's got all the necessities in there for their diet. So I just decided I'm not going to buy the regular chicken pellets. To me, it's being wasteful. So I just got another big bag of wild bird seed, and they sell a bag about like this size here of cracked corn. And even though that wild bird seed's got cracked corn in it, I'll go ahead and mix it up again with it while they finish off the old bag. Now the rabbits, they love their rabbit pellets, but And chickens are something else. They're very picky. They're very picky little raptors. But I've got them now eating out of my hand. They'll eat out of my hand, and like this morning, there's about two, maybe three, that they take their feathers and they get down low, and that's showing submission to you. And that usually tells me they want me to pick them up. And like today, the one that I always pick up, uh, she's a really nice hen. She really got up my arms, and she just lays there and nuzzles, and I'll take some food and I'll feed her out of my hand. But the other girls, they're like, they'll go off this way. But it's funny, if I go in there to clean out their coop, man, they go running back into the main part of the coop. I should say the coop run is what I usually clean out. This spring I got it to clean out their sleeping area and get that up on pallets. When we put it down on the ground, I didn't think about it when I did it. But this winter, the coop is settled, and now the door is hard to open in the back. So when I go in to get their eggs at night, I'm like struggling with that door, and I thought maybe we could just lift that up with the stuff in it, and it ain't happening. So I have to get it all cleaned out, get the girls out there, close down their door, keep them out for the day, and get everything cleaned out of there, and get it all cleaned out and then put it up on pallets, because it definitely needs to be raised up off the ground. But that's pretty much it. I mean, nothing else going to go on this week, except for 2 birthdays. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do this weekend. Sunday I'll be doing another uplifting, inspirational type, reading. I always talk about, on Sundays I usually come out here in the barn. First thing I do is I come out here, plug in my podcast, my phone, and turn on my podcast to listen to a good old sermon. Sometimes I listen to Barn Talk. I like them guys. They're really good. Farm for Profit, that's another podcast that I listen to. Let's see what else. On Spotify, I have two playlists titled Down on the Farm Part PT1 and Down on the Farm PT2. PT2 is old honky tonk and good old boy country music. And then PT1 is kind of a mix of today's country. It's kind of got some good old songs that I like to listen to. It's a mix of different songs on there. Mention of country music. I wasn't going to say anything to it, but I just thought about it now. I didn't watch the Grammys. Man, thank gosh I don't watch the Grammys. First of all, what a joke. Beyonce getting Country Album of the Year? Really? Because of one song? I don't know. And then Will Smith's kids? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure some of you have seen some of the clips of them. What in the world is going on in that home? I mean, seriously. There is some messed up stuff going on in that house. I mean, I like Will Smith's movies. I've always I always thought he was a great actor, and man, his kids, they're on a whole different level of weirdness. I'm sorry, but that's just the straight up truth. I mean, there is some strange stuff going on in that house. I mean, she's got, I thought she had jacked up teeth. I had to watch the clip a couple times and pause it on her, and she's got some kind of gold thing going on in her mouth. They're just weird. And him wearing a hat or a house on his head with his face cut out of it. There is some strange stuff going on out there in Hollywood. I mean, come on. I mean, there is some weird stuff. I mean, Of course, I'm a pro Lainey Wilson girl. I love that girl. I love listening to her music. She's a good old girl, down to heart. I've listened to her talk about her upbringing and how she grew up on a farm, and she's just good. I just love listening to her music. Um, but like I said, there's some them Hollywood people out there, Hollywood people. There's some weird things going on. I saw some of them outfits. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, people. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it of all. I covered a little bit of here and there and some things. You know, like in the beginning of the video here, I showed you me splitting the wood yesterday. Got a lot of that accomplished. Kind of glad I got all that done. Got that carport cleaned out so she could park her car in there last night. Plus, I got the wood stacked up. But I couldn't do it without that tractor. No. That has been a game changer for me, is getting that Kubota. And if you're out there in the market looking for a tractor, maybe it's your first time, maybe you already have one, but you're in the middle, and looking for a tractor, I can't say enough of Kubota. Kubota should be up there, if not, to be honest with you, better than John Deere. And I almost went with a 25R John Deere. The only reason why I didn't is because when I went in there, the sales staff here in our area just really didn't act like they wanted to sell. Not to me. It was just they were busy talking, and I mean, I was actually looking into maybe getting a used one, but I was looking into either a new or a used. And I went over there to the ag store, and I actually waited around for like, I don't know, 12 or 13 minutes just in the showroom there looking over the brochure. And I thought, you know how you go to the car in a car lot, man, them salespeople are like sharks, man, or piranhas. They come after you. And that's not how it was at Kubota either. But as soon as I walked in the door, it was, hi, how you doing today? I'll be with you in a few minutes. They at least made some attempt to acknowledge me, and it wasn't busy. It was bright early in the morning. I think I went over there like 10 o'clock in the morning, maybe 11. It weren't busy at all. There wasn't like there was only one person in the room or showroom. There was 3 people. One was talking on the phone, which is understandable. But the other 2, I don't know what they were doing, but finally she addressed me, and she's, how can I help you today? She was really nice. And I told her what I was interested in. And she said, let me look around and get back with you. Okay. 3 days later, she got back. They had one that they could bring down from another store. Because like I said, I was looking for used, but I was going to be looking into maybe just, getting a new one. But I decided before I went back over there, I said, well, let me know if you get any in stock. And she called me and she said, well, I have one in stock. Would you like to come in and take a look at it? It's ready to go. I'll warm it up for you if you're coming. I said, well, let me call you back, because I already had planned. So let me go over to Kubota. And so I went over to the Kubota dealership first, and right away I was sold. They just treated us like we were just, like I was talking about, like neighbors. And really great staff here in Zanesville, Kubota dealership. When I had a problem with it, they had no problem with it. They told me how to deal with it. They came and picked it up, got it fixed, not right away, but it got it fixed. And it got back out to us. Yeah, Kubota took care of us, and I can't say enough about Kubota. I really do. I think they have top-notch machines. Like I said, I got the my brain just froze up here. I got the mid mower deck, which is 60 inch. That was definitely a must. I kind of wish I had gotten the backhoe attachment because, well, I didn't know this at the time, which this was one thing that I wish they would have told me because I asked them about it. I said, well, could I later down the road maybe look at, or maybe I was talking to the wife, I don't know, how it didn't happen. But, so I called them up because I was watching a channel and said, if you're going to buy a Kubota, make sure you get the backhoe, even if you don't going to ever use it. Just make sure you have it because they can't add it on later. I'm like, they can't? I'm like, why? And so I called up the dealership and they said, no, if you wanted a backhoe, or at least if you thought about putting one on, you kind of left it up to us and we should have made that clear. And I'm like, well, it's fine, you know. It's just another attachment I can't buy, but that's fine. Probably best if I don't have a backhoe on the back of the Kubota because I'd be out there digging up everything. I even got a dog out here. I love to just take. Yesterday, my dog decided to dig a hole to China. And he's up here in the winter camp. Now, he usually stays in the back during the summer months, late spring and summer months and through fall. He dug himself a hole like he was going to China. No lie. If I would have got down in the hole, it would have been waist deep. Now, I was furious. But anyways, enough said about my Kubota. I can't say enough. It's definitely been a back saver. It's helped me a lot because I work here on the farm by myself a lot. So it is definitely a lifesaver. So if you're on the fence about buying a upgrade from your lawn tractor to actual, something like the Kubota BX2380, go for it. Pull the gun, because I wish I'd done it a year before. I really do. I wish I'd bought it like last year. Because it's been a lifesaver. I mean, don't get me wrong. I finally figured out what's wrong with the Craftsman tractor. It's the drivetrain belt. I figured it out on my own. All right, I think I've taken enough time of your time. I know that I have said a lot and thrown a lot at you, but I just had a lot to say today. But anyways, we thank you for subscribing to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell so we can get updates from the farm. And we love you and we thank you, and happy birthday, sweetheart. I know that you'll hear it from me on Friday, but I just want to wish you a happy birthday. You're the specialest woman in my life, and I thank God every day for sending me such a beautiful angel. Love you, sweetheart. See y'all. See you on Sunday.